Hi there, I'm Cath and welcome to my channel Made by Cath Craft, and thank you very much for joining me again for another instalment of my what I've been wearing in MeMadeMay this year. So it's week 4 this time. I can't believe May's gone so quickly, and this is the final full week of May, and it's been a real hot week. It's really hot at the moment actually. I've tied my hair back in a ponytail and I don't usually do that, but it's just getting really hot. But yes, this is the final week, and so to recap, if you haven't seen my other videos about what I've been wearing in May, my pledge for MeMadeMay was to wear MeMade every day, but also for every week of May to try and wear a garment by a different pattern company each day in the week. So this is week 4, the final full week, and so I'm going to talk to you about what I've been wearing this week. And I'll talk to you about what I'm wearing right now at the end, because it's actually day 7 of week 4 right now, so this is one of my outfits for this week. So let's start with day 1. So for day 1 of this week, you may have seen my outfit before if you've watched my week 3 video, and I wore this Bettine dress by Tilling the Buttons, and I'll put a picture of me up here wearing it so you can see the full outfit. And somebody also mentioned it would be quite useful if I had the garment so you could see the fabrics up close, so I thought I've got my Bettine dress here. And here it is, and it's kind of cute, it's kind of a cotton lawn with little flowers, I don't know if they're poppies or something. This lovely red colour, cotton lawn, quite nice and light and airy. Yeah, that was my day 1 dress, and so this is the pattern. Tilling the Buttons Bettine. I think it's one of Tilling the Buttons' earlier patterns, and it's designed for beginners, and I've seen quite a lot of people on Instagram trying this as a beginner pattern and getting on with it well. So it's quite a straightforward dress with a gathered waist with elastic, and you can add little tabs on the sleeves, which I don't think I did. No, I've just got the little cuff sleeves. And this is one of my earlier makes, so it's finished with a zigzag around the edge, which is actually held up quite well, I guess, with this cotton fabric. But yeah, if I'd make it now, I'd definitely be using my overlocker. Or also recently, I've been really enjoying using French seams for a lot of seams, so I might do that now as well, because I find that also helps me sew a bit slower using the French seams, and I do love the finish. But that was my first day pattern, Tilling the Buttons Bettine dress, lovely and cool. And the only thing I'd mention with that one is, which I mentioned before, is that I find it's best to be on the generous side, particularly with measurements around the hips, because I made this one and it came out a little bit tight around the hips. So next time I think I'd size upgrade down to a slightly larger size, because otherwise it is very fitted around there, which I don't feel is so practical for getting down on the floor with children or dashing about the place. So that's my Tilling the Buttons Bettine dress, which was day 1. Day 2 was a garment that I really love, but I don't often get out of my wardrobe. And then it's a slightly chillier day, so I'll put a photo up, and it's my Ogden Cami top. I've made 2 of these, but as I said, I don't get a lot of wear out of them. I think it's because they do show quite a lot of flesh, and I'm always conscious about sunburn and that sort of thing, because I have quite fair skin that does tend to sunburn. So I decided I'd mix it up and I'd put it layered over a t-shirt, and I quite like how it looks, as you'll see. So this is my Ogden Cami here. It's in a rayon from Minerva Crafts, and I think it's such a beautiful sort of watercolour kind of effect with the flowers. It's really lovely and drapey, which I think is perfect for an Ogden Cami. I think you would want a bit of drape for it. Yeah, I really enjoyed wearing it over a t-shirt. I thought it worked really well and added a pop of colour to an otherwise quite simple outfit. So the Ogden Cami is by True Bias. I've got the pattern here that shows a picture of it. It's one of my PDF patterns. It's quite a straightforward cami top. I like the deep V, and it's quite a deep V at the back as well, which I think is quite a pretty feature. It's quite a straightforward sew. I did find it came up a little bit large on me, so I had to kind of size down a little bit. But I think I've got a fit I like now, and I've sort of adjusted the pattern pieces to a fit I like now. It's got a facing inside, which I think is quite nice, particularly if you've got a slightly opaque fabric. It means it's still kind of covering the area where you might see your bra coming through otherwise. So I think that's quite a nice feature, the kind of sort of quite a deep facing inside. And that's my Ogden Cami top. So I definitely recommend it as kind of a quick and easy summer top. I've seen it paired with shorts a lot, and it looks really nice like that. And it is lovely in a nice drapey, cool, breezy fabric. So that was my Ogden Cami for day 2. What was next then? Oh, day 3 was my one of my favourite prints in my wardrobe. It was this skirt here, and I'll put a picture up again of me wearing it. It's another Megan Nielsen Brumby skirt, which I do love. So I'll show you the pattern as well. This is the Megan Nielsen Brumby, and this is the one done in lighter fabric, so I used version 3, which is a kind of plain gathered skirt, and it's got inseam pockets. And so this fabric, it came out last summer and I loved it. I bought enough to make a Avid Seamstress day dress, which I've got in my wardrobe as well. And then I was really pleased to find out I had enough just to squeeze out this Megan Nielsen Brumby. I think this one needs probably about 1 metre of fabric, and I had that left because I think the pattern, the day dress must have been generous on how much fabric you needed. So it worked quite well for me. So I didn't have quite enough for the pockets, so I've used white fabric in the pockets. And another thing I enjoyed doing was I used some pink top stitching, which you can probably see. So I used pink top stitching around the zip, and I used pink top stitching around the hem as well, which I think is quite a nice detail. But I love this fabric. I think it's really cute paired with like a plain top like I've done here to make a feature of the skirt. I think it's really nice print with the ice creams. As I said, I think it's art gallery fabric, and I think I got this from a fabric shop I've used a few times, the Cornish Haberdashery, because I'd seen it a couple of other places and it sold out really quickly, and then I found they had it there, so I was really chuffed. So they I can't remember the name of the lady that runs the Cornish Haberdashery, but she's really lovely, and she's got a lovely selection of quite interesting fabrics, so do check her out online. I'll put the link down below for her website. But that's my Megan Nielsen Brumby in ice cream fabric. So yeah, it was a warm week. My next outfit I wore was, oh yeah, another quite bright one. This is one of my more recent makes, which you might have seen in one of my earlier make videos, and I'll put a picture of me wearing it. It's my Kyello wrap dress in this cool pink jersey from Material Girl Laura. So as you'll see from my photo, I've made the short sleeve version, and I kind of it's about knee length. And yeah, it's really comfy. I really enjoyed wearing it. I felt nice and bright and sunny in it. It's, yes, in this jersey fabric, quite nice and bright with the kind of pops of different colours. I've got the pattern here too, so I can show you. Some by Name clothing. It's really straightforward, so it comes together really surprisingly quickly, and I think it's so effective. You can tie it around the front or the back for different effects. I think you can do it in woven fabric as well. I haven't tried it in woven fabric, I've only made it in jersey. Because it's quite loose, it goes over quite loosely, I think you could do it in woven too. But yeah, it's lovely. I really enjoyed, it's a really great pattern. I really enjoyed making that one, and I really enjoyed wearing it too. I feel like I'm whizzing through these. My next day, oh yes, was my Sew Over It penny dress. Again, I'll put a picture up of me wearing it. And this is by Sew Over It, yeah. So I'll show you the picture of the pattern. I just think it's such a pretty shape. I like the Sew Over It patterns. I think they're nice and clear. I think they're fairly true to size, I like too. And yeah, it's just a lovely lovely details in this dress. There's little ruched shoulders with a little sort of flap over the top, a little button placket and quite a delicate waist, and then it goes out into a half circle skirt. So the only important thing with this one, I think, is to make sure after you've done it, before you hem it, to leave it to hang for a couple of days, because the hem can drop slightly on it, and it can end up uneven if you hem it too soon, which I've learned. So this is my penny here. This pretty, it's a cotton voile from Minerva. It's really light and floaty. It's a lovely fabric to work with because it's quite stable, but also really light and floaty. So I've gone for the green. I've got little pink buttons, and yeah, there's this little sleeve detail. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's kind of like there's kind of a channel down the middle, a little ruching down here and here, which I think is quite pretty. And it's just really light and easy to wear, and I think it's just like cap sleeves. You don't feel too hot around the top when you're wearing it either, and the collar, because it's a voile, is nice and light and loose too. So it's a really lovely one. I really enjoyed sewing that one, and I really enjoyed wearing that one. And it was nice and light and airy for another hot day, but also covers you up a little bit, which I like too. So that was my Sew Over It penny dress. And then it was yesterday, day 6 of the MeMadeMay, and it was another skirt make for me, a different skirt. This one, another fairly recent make of mine, and I'll put a picture up of me wearing it. And this is the So Liberated Estuary skirt. And if you see my other videos, you might have heard me saying how I tried the longer length and it didn't really suit me, but I really like a shorter length version of it. So I made this one in this lovely viscose twill. See the viscose twill? It's kind of got like a little weave to it. I think you see that? Yeah. And it's by Mind the Maker, and it's got buttons down the front, but it's a fake or faux button placket because it's got the elastic at the back. So you kind of you put it on using the elastic, and the buttons are just a nice feature down the front. And yeah, it's got a lovely, I like the twill for a skirt because it's got a bit more weight to it than just a plain viscose lawn. But it's still got a lovely drape and a lovely sort of swishy movement to it. So it was a nice make. The only issue I've had with it, slight issue I've had with it, is I've got a couple of small snags here where I've hand sewed the buttons on. I don't know whether I could have used thought I used quite a fine needle, a slightly finer needle for that, but other than that, actually I'm just going to wash this one. But other than that, I think it's a lovely skirt. I like the elastic at the back, it makes it really comfy, and it sews up really nicely, and yeah, that's my day 6 thing. Let me show you the pattern piece of this one again. The estuary skirt. It's a really lovely skirt pattern, and I think that the long version looks lovely on so many people. It just wasn't quite for me, and the instructions are really clear on this one. Yeah, I like the Slay Liberated instructions. I think they're really thorough, and they really hold your hand through the process of making the outfit. I've just been using the Hinterland dress pattern as well by them, and I really like that one too. So that's the estuary skirt. And that brings me to today. So it's the last day of the week 4 of MeMadeMay. And I don't know if you can recognise this just in the top. I'll stand up a little bit here and I'll put a picture up of the full outfit, but it is the Deer and Doe Sirocco. So I think this pattern was released last summer and it's been really, really popular. And yeah, I've made the playsuit version, this one here. I have made a long version as well, which is great for slightly cooler weather. So yeah, this is a Sirocco. It's a jersey playsuit, and this cotton jersey, I had this cotton jersey in my stash for a while, and I was planning to make it, I think I bought it not this winter but the winter before, and I was planning to make a Freya dress from it, and then it got to summer and I had it still sitting there, and I thought, well, I'll give it a go on the Sirocco, and I quite like how it's turned out. So yeah, this is actually, I was really surprised with how quickly this one sews up actually, because I thought it would be a bit complicated with the pockets and little, the sort of little details here, and the fact that it's kind of got trousers rather than skirt, but actually it sewed up so quickly, and I think it's really effective. Oh yeah, the only thing I did differently was that the way the pattern is written, you sew it by, you kind of sew the front and the back and then sew down the side seams to put it all together. I instead finished the bottom half and the top half and then sewed around the middle to sew it together, if that makes sense, which I found quite handy because then I got to see how it fit around the top, so I could adjust the fit slightly if I needed to before I attach it to the bottom. But yeah, it's just a really cute, relaxed playsuit. The only trouble is when you go to the toilet, a bit more undoing than on like a dress or something. But I'm used to that now with this one. And yeah, it's just really easy to wear, really relaxed. I feel it's one of those ones that seems to look nice on everybody. I've seen so many lovely Siroccos, so I'd really recommend it. And yeah, just need to be quite careful on the sizing, I think, because you need to be able to get in and out of it. So yeah, that because the waistband, it needs to be, I think you need to have fabric with a certain amount of stretch to be able to get in and out as well. So that's that one really. So that's my week 4 of MeMadeMay. I can't believe it's gone so fast. I've got 3 days left, so I'm going to try and mix up the patterns again the next 3 days. Hopefully there'll be some more sunny weather, so I'll get a chance to wear some more sunny garments. And the next video that I'll hopefully be bringing you is what I've been making in May, because I've actually made more than I expected. So I'm really looking forward to showing you what I've been making this month, because I'm really pleased with what I've made. So I hope you'll join me for that too. But anyway, have a lovely day, and thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.